Hey guys, today we're going to be working on these really easy, cute little chain flowers. This one is a 5 petal, a 6, and a 7. For today we're just going to do the 5 petal. I love these because they can use up the last of a little bit of yarn, and they also make really cute accessories. Here I have a beanie that I made, and just to give you an idea of what you can do, you can make these in a few different colors, add them on like so, or you can even overlay, but I would recommend doing different sized hooks if you're doing an overlay. Just a cool little idea for what you can do with these little flowers. Okay, so to start off our flowers, you are going to need a crochet hook, pair of scissors, and just some leftover yarn. I'm using a purple today. The size hook I'm using is a I-9 5.5 millimeter for you there. Alright, so to get started, find the end of your yarn, make a slip knot, however is easiest for you. What we're going to do is we're going to chain 5. Are we focused? There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Once you've got your little baby chain of 5, you're going to come back to your original first chain and you're going to slip stitch into it. Once you've slip stitched into it, it will look like this. No? Not going to focus for me? There we go. So there's that slip stitch for you. Okay, so to continue, what we're going to do is we're going to chain 5 again. Alright, so this right here, what we did at first, this is our first petal here. We want to make sure everything's even and that there are no twists in our yarn. We're going to come back to that same first chain that we slip stitched into, and we're going to slip stitch into it again. Now sometimes when you're doing this, your stitch in the middle, it's going to get pretty big. If it starts getting too big, just take your tail and pull it, and that will make it a little bit tighter. But don't make it too tight that you can't see where your stitch is anymore, because you're going to be continuing to slip stitch into it. So again, we'll chain 5. And once we have 5 chained, again, we're going to slip stitch back into our original chain. You notice as we're going around and doing this, I'm not overlapping anything. We're just making our petals here. So far we've made 3. Okay, so again, up with another chain of 5. Make sure everything is nice and even, no twists, and back for a slip stitch into your first chain. Alright, okay, so far we have 4, so one more time we're going to chain up again for our 5th petal. Make sure everything is even, then slip stitch back down into our original chain. Okay, so now we have our 5. You see my hole has gotten pretty big in the middle, so I'm going to just tighten it a little bit with my tail here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors, I'm going to cut my yarn about the same distance as my tail. Now I'm going to take my yarn that I just cut into a tail through like I'm going to chain 1. But instead of chaining, I'm going to pull it all the way through and pull it tight as a knot. So there's our petals here. Okay, So now, to make everything look even, what we're going to do is we're going to turn it over. You see how we have our yarn here and our original tail back here. What we're going to do is try to bring this yarn towards the center of the back. So just kind of hold the two petals that your yarn was between and kind of pull it towards the middle, just a little bit like that. Okay, so then what you're going to do is you're going to take these two and knot them together. So that you're knotting together your two tails. And try to make the knot close to the middle. And I like to knot 3 times. Now, if you'd like, you can cut off your tails, which is what I've done with these 3. So there's no tails here. But I do recommend, if you are planning on putting this on a hat or on a scarf or anything else that you'd like to accessorize it with, I would leave your tails because they come in handy. Say if you wanted to put it on this hat, you can take your crochet hook, pull it through one of your stitches, grab one of your tails here, pull it through, do the same thing with the other one, grab your tail again, pull it through another stitch on the hat or whatever you are deciding to put it on, and there's no need for stitching it on because now you have it here. You just flip to the inside, knot it on. I'm going to do this lightly because I'm not going to leave it on the hat, but you can knot it on, then cut off your ends, and you have a beautiful little flower on your hat. Alright, I hope everyone enjoyed the flower tutorial. If you would like to do more petals, all you need to do is continue to chain up 3 and up 5, and then go back into your original chain and just slip stitch into it. This one is an 8. Just give you an idea what they look like: an 8, a 6, and then this is another 5. Like this one here. Alright, so I hope everyone liked that tutorial, and post your comments if you have any questions in the box below. Happy crocheting, everybody!